We are live tonight here at American Zombie, hanging out with Jamal Green. Like say what's up to everybody. Yeah, man, tonight's a good one. Movies that told the truth. So we're going to talk about all the movies. If anybody has anything to add in, they can put it in the chat or they can hop on the panel. We have the StreamYard link pinned to the top of the chat. So the first movie, like in the thumbnail I have over here, Gattaca. Gattaca, we've been living in this for at least decades on end. This came out, I think, in the late 90s. And we see that you're not going to get into certain programs. Now they have gene editing they're talking about. Some of the AI, I think it was the guy that made one of the AIs. He's talking about gene editing babies. Anybody can look this up. In the middle, of course, Matrix. Everybody knows that movie. Again, late 90s came out. To the lower right, we have a clip, a picture from the Omega Man. Now, the Omega Man came out, I think, in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And that's something I think people should check out because it's a deep movie about a disease that needed an inoculation, and it caused people where I think they couldn't come out in the daytime. Charlton Heston, and on the top right, Charlton Heston again, Soylent Green. Soylent Green was set in the year 2022, where people were fed the remains that were processed into a type of crackers called Soylent Green. Seems like we could be living in that right now. This is my opinion. We're doing this for entertainment, staying within the YouTube guidelines. But yeah, the Omega Man is something that I think a lot of people haven't heard of, man. It's a creepy, it's got some creepiness to it, but it's a pretty good movie. These are movies that when you look at them, you start to say, hey man, this could be true. This could be something that that's possible. Calix, good to see you, man. Cheers, brother. Always. Drew Ma, good to see you, bro. Yeah, man. This is movies that told the truth. So if it were to come out that Soylent Green was true, like I think it's become to a point of zombification where people would be okay with it. We already see these, I think they had some video of people at a party eating a cake shaped like a human with somebody, I think, sticking their head out on one end. It was definitely some celebrity type of stuff. And we already know you don't want to follow celebrities. If you fall under the celebrity spell, they use them to tell you to try to do certain things, vote for a certain person, think a certain way. And we see this all the time. Music stars, movie stars, usually are totally sellouts. And total sellouts that will lead people like the Pied Piper. That saying, it's time to pay the piper, basically. And when I think about it, it's the movies might be, telling us something. We know Jamal, he uses the avatar, Agent Smith. It's just, I think it's a great avatar. We got the background, Matrix code. Again, movie reality. Alexis, good to see you. Says, in the Matrix, Agent Smith said the year 2000 was the pinnacle of human civilization before the downfall. Do you agree? I think it was up there. I think the golden age of the internet was 2004 to 2014. So that was like the internet, the Wild West. It was actually kind of fun. The sad thing is that, it was post 9/11 with Bush light, basically. And people just were so in Fantasy Island. I mean, till this day, nobody really cares that they went into countries, didn't find anything, and just destroyed stuff. But I would say that I don't think we're the pinnacle of human civilization. I think it's been repeated a few times, but it it was kind of okay. The 90s were probably a really good decade. I mean, money was everywhere and people were asleep. We didn't care. And why did they show Neo's passport expires on September 2001? Yes, when he was in the room with Agent Smith. And that's something that people are still talking about. And it's kind of like, again, movies that told the truth, just like the title. It makes you wonder, how do you put that in? It seems to suggest, in my opinion, that it's pre-planned. To put that in the movie like that, it really makes you wonder. It really does. The stuff with Bush when he was reading the book upside down, the stuff they were having the kids repeat. There's something behind the scene that's very deceptive. The zombies, the problem is zombies will coerce you to try to go along and not believe in conspiratorial realities because conspiracies do exist. What was the conspiracy where they tried to get people to not even believe in conspiracies? The term conspiracy was, I think, during the Watergate scandal that was in the White House with Nixon, which turned out to be true. It turned out to be a true conspiracy. Now, there are other things that have come true. There are other things that still are considered conspiracy. But when you have a conspiracy theory, it's a theory with a little bit of thought and suggestion put into it, some facts that lead to, okay, this is a theory because these things, like somebody might say the weapons of mass destruction, the scare that they said was in Iraq to invade, basically, was a conspiracy. And then the more evidence you have, the more of a possibility it becomes now. It's not just a theory, it's a conspiratorial possibility. And the more evidence, the more possible it becomes until you find something that makes it a conspiratorial reality. Now, there's a fine line there, like with the food. When we see that food, certain ingredients that are in processed food are banned in other countries because of detrimental effects, it kind of makes you wonder how much of zombie land we live in America. The fact that anybody can read the ingredients off a bag of chips in the UK or another country that doesn't have the ingredients we have here on a bag of chips, which they're saying the reason they ban them in those countries is because they cause problems, health problems, but yet they're still in the food supply here, seems to be a reality. But the zombies will still try to say, wait, well, you know what? It's not a conspiracy, though. So we already know with censorship, that's another piece of the puzzle. That's more evidence to say, well, why wouldn't you want us to talk about it? So now it becomes much more of a conspiratorial reality and maybe even uh, truth, basically. Alexis says, of course, it's on a passport as well. The same thing we found with the hijacker's passport being indestructible. That's a really good point, man. That is a really good point. It makes you wonder, man. It really makes you wonder when you think about it.
Yeah,
These,
man. I mean,
yeah, good.
I mean the Matrix is, first of all, like, can you hear me fine? It's all good.
Yeah, yes, good.
Okay, perfect. The Matrix is, in my opinion, the black pill movie. It's what, it was so groundbreaking that if you notice the creators of the Matrix, they quickly got like compromised, and they completely changed their like persona, and and even the sequel of the Matrix was like a lot different than what the main movie was, and I feel like it was on purpose. And then of course it kind of awoken people a little bit, because that's when the red pill started getting, it started rising in popularity, and that's when the grifters came in, the plants came in to try to changed the red pill, which is just how the black pill came like to be. But the Matrix is the black pill movie. It is the movie that awoken the whole blue pill and red pill. I feel like it's like I don't know if they went too far with the Matrix, that the elites did not like it, or what. It's a movie where it's like, were there were joke like were the brothers who made it, were they always compromised because they knew the information? Apparently they knew, like, there's no way that they knew that the September 11th attacks was going to happen, but they put on the passport. The 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 quotes in the movie is just insane. Like, my favorite quote is when Morpheus tells Neo, like, the Matrix isn't a system, it's reality. Like, that right there is like one of the hardest quotes. Agent Smith drops multiple black pills during the entire movie, and Morpheus himself says that that everyone a part of the system is an Agent Smith. And you look at the reality of today, how zombies, if you question something, boom, Agent Smith pops out, and he's like, calls you crazy. He sometimes reports you. Like, just me questioning the whole like chemtrails thing and the whole like 9/11, like at my job, if I even question that, the Agent Smith pops out, immediately pops out. And then they will even report me to the FAA, and the FAA can revoke my certs for flying because of that. Because I'm mentally unwell. I have mental issues, stuff like that is what they're gonna claim.
Wow. That's crazy, man. And just to let people know and stay within the guidelines, black pill is the metaphor for truth, so we'll just say truth. Uh, and
Yeah, truth.
this
Truth,
is
of
our
course.
opinion with what we think the movies are conveying. I mean, honestly, when you say about the Wachowski brothers, who are now the Wachowski sisters, right? I don't know if you knew that.
Yes.
Yeah,
They got like compromised in my
yeah,
opinion.
that's like, I mean, that's like really something to think about. To be like, wait a second, these, so it makes me wonder. You have a point. Like, okay, did they know? It might have been, well, how could they have known? Um, I really wonder about that, because the movie producers that get to be mainstream like that seem to be with the agenda, to where, um, who knows what I don't trust none of them, man. I don't trust
I
Keanu
don't.
Reeves. I don't trust none of them.
Oh,
Keanu, all of them,
they
because
they all got compromised. They all, I mean,
all of
obviously they all got compromised, but I feel like they were obviously, there's no way they made that movie without, some type of higher up people knowing. But I feel like
I mean,
maybe they
to play devil's
anticipate.
advocate, somebody could have come in and say, okay, here, this, just this scene, and they put the date on the passport without them knowing. Be like, okay, this is the passport, but the fact that you can zoom in and see the date on the passport, somebody seems to have known. I don't know if it
Um,
was the.
I mean,
I mean, what's
it,
the chances of that? Like if we look up like a probability. I
it,
mean, that's
at the
just.
scene, MD, if you look at the scene, like it doesn't zoom in specifically on the expiration date, but it zooms in on the actual passport, as if it's trying to, like, tell us something. Because, like, why is it
And
showing
then it's
passport of
not a
Neo?
license, it's not like it's a driver's license, it's a passport, like you said.
Yeah,
So
and
it's,
Alexis made that good point that it's like, of course, that specific date is on a passport, which is commonly used on planes to travel, and it's a connection to the indestructible passports that they found to know that it was the
oh,
hijackers.
it's crazy. I mean, the fact that they said that, I mean, think about that. They found the passport. I mean, even the newscaster that we played the clip a long time ago, they can find it on YouTube with the newscaster saying, "Oh, they said they found a passport a few blocks away," if you can believe that. And then that newscaster was deceased, I think, 6 months later. He was in the
Yep.
60s, I think, like early 60s. So that newscaster, I forgot his name, who said that, it's one thing for him to say that, but it's another thing for him to say that and then he's deceased within 6 months.
Oh, 100%. Something's, I mean, and I mean, the whole theory about what's going on with the Matrix and the creators. I mean, I think that theory that maybe they weren't fully compromised, but some guy came in, or like, or maybe like one of the like, maybe the like directors, one of the
Yeah, somebody might have
steps
placed
or
it.
the
We're
set
just playing
people.
devil's advocate. You know, it
Yeah,
could
yeah,
they
yeah.
could be known.
Which, by the way, this is our opinion. It's not fact. Just our
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
But yeah, but like maybe some guy on set just says, "Hey, I'm gonna just go and change this up real quick, and I'm gonna just act like
Mhm.
nothing happened,"
Yeah,
and then that's
yeah.
when they put it in. But because if he's found like the brothers got compromised quickly. Like if you look it up, like within like 30 days of the movie coming out, they were already talking about like how like they felt different and like how
Oh,
they
really?
believe that the
Oh, I didn't
yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. They're like, yeah, they're all like, oh, like I feel more, like feminine. I'm like, this stuff is just
Holy
like just
smoke.
random. Just it's just like within like a month or two, just already like they're already
Oh,
acting a little different. So I think they got compromised. I don't think they got fully compromised before the movie, but I
mhm.
guess I didn't think that the movie would be that
Yeah, we never know.
truthful.
Yeah,
I'll
we
say
yeah,
because
that
it's like MD. Like if you rewatch The Matrix, the movie, the quotes that they all use is like banger quotes, banger like truth
yeah.
bomb quotes.
Yeah, yeah, it really, it's. I mean, it makes you wonder. Il Profeta, good to see you from Italy, man. He says in the films they put things that will happen, sometimes decades after they happen, or maybe things that have already happened. Like they have something. Here I have on Google. It says like okay, something that has happened. Have a thing where it says conspiracies, that could have been in actual movies about conspiracies, actual films. JFK with Kevin Costner's explores the assassination, the Manchurian Candidate with Denzel, brainwashed assassins used for a plot, which is the plot of the film. The conspiracy, or what was it? Conspiracy theory with Mel Gibson. Um, there is, they say Shrek. I think the donkey was a child sent to Disney's Pleasure Island. Like that's one of the conspiracies they say it is. The Shining, of course, Stanley Kubrick, trying to suggest he filmed the landing in a studio. Star Wars, Jar Jar Banks, Sith Lord or something. So there's people, Enemy of the State with Will Smith. That was actually a pretty eye-opening movie. Surveillance and government overreach. I mean, when you think about the fact that the guy was in like that cage, so the radio signals wouldn't be able to go through it. Gene Hackman. That really makes you wonder to say, is that what we need to protect ourselves? Like now they're saying that Wi-Fi can be used in a certain way to see through the person's dwellings by using radio signals and positioning, and you can basically see through, the walls. Um, the Prestige, that was a rival magicians uncovering deadly secrets with, I think, Hugh Jackman and the guy who played Batman, Christian Bale. There's a lot of stuff that I wonder about with like, are they trying to tell us? Do they have to tell us? Like we were saying, where maybe they have to. The Snake Eyes movie. I don't know if you knew about this. What Alexis was saying. Snake Eyes is an insane movie. With why are they telling us a future things? Forrest Gump, without a doubt. The Snake Eyes one. I don't know if you know, Jamal. Alexis was saying that there was a character that was called Charlie Kirkland, and he got hit in the neck in the movie. Now I never seen the movie, but I don't know if it's cartoon or like a regular movie. I don't know if you ever heard of that movie.
Yes, I've done research, and I actually have like the scene.
Oh,
I can't show it on
wow.
stream, obviously, but
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I
what
mean,
Nicolas Cage. Okay, I just typed it in. I never seen this one. Yeah, but I
I mean,
believe what you're saying. Yeah.
you have to watch this like you have to watch this scene, in my
And
opinion.
again, 1998. Holy smokes.
It
Because
is, I
nine,
mean,
yeah.
it is just insane. I mean, this movie shows like so Charles Kirkland gets assassinated
Who is
by a
Charlie
dude.
Kirkland? That's not the Cage character, is it?
No, no, no. It's a background character,
Oh,
but
okay,
he
I see
gets.
it. Joel
Mhm,
Fabiani. Okay, I see it on here.
yeah.
Um,
he gets hit in the neck, and it shows you uniquely that he gets hit in the neck, by the way,
is
in the
it
scene.
similar or very, very close to what we saw?
It is extremely similar. Extremely like
Wow.
I can
Wow.
send you the link in the private chat because I
Yeah,
can't
no,
show it
no.
on stream.
Yeah, yeah. I'll look at. I got it on Google here right now.
It is,
Yeah.
I mean, this is just
Holy smokes,
this
man.
is like the biggest, like there's no way that they did not, like predict this. This is just
Yeah,
insane.
yeah. No, that Forrest Gump is definitely a real. Yeah, that's a truthful. I mean, the stuff in Gump, they have some truth bombs in that. That they really have some. I mean,
I just
the
dropped the link in the chat, but
okay, yeah. I'll definitely check it. Okay, I see it
yeah,
on YouTube. All right,
check it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
And
That's
and if you do watch it, skip to like one like 30.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a
That's
but
crazy.
the character that hits him, his name is like Tyler. And like
Oh, the
real
title.
life,
Oh my, yeah. Now that, you know, when you look at all of this, that's crazy. I forgot about that when Alexis, I think, had mentioned that the name of both characters, the one that does the assassination, the guy died in the movie, right?
yes.
Yeah. The guy who plays the guy who gets hit, that's and then the method of how he gets hit, that's crazy, man. That is like what is going on? I mean, wow. Wow, man. Movies that told the truth. It really has a reality to it. Charlie Kirkland and Tyler, that's crazy, man. That is so crazy that movie. Most people aren't even ready to hear this, man.
But
They
how
just
it creeps me out because how do they know that this particular person, I mean, when this movie came out, he was like 6 years old. How do they know that this particular person was going to be assassinated like
I mean, I
2 decades
wonder,
later?
I really wonder, like, is there some type of pre-planned thing? Like, we underestimate, I think, their control. I really think we underestimate their control. Whatever it is that's behind society or whoever or whatever group, it seems like they live much longer than the average human. Or there's some way that, because they could groom all of this. It's like they're creating the society in the way that they have already predicted it to be. Like especially with all of the 9/11 stuff, the this thing with Kirk. I think Kirk's wife, they were saying, was introduced to him by Trump. I'm not sure, but I did see something, to that avail, and that she was like at Candace Owens' wedding or something recently, or she didn't seem like a grieving widow. That's what it seemed like on some of the
She
interviews.
was acting. Yeah, she was acting for sure. And she kept doing interviews when her husband was just assassinated
Should
and
have been like
she has to deal with it like daughters.
yeah. If that happened, it's like why would you do an interview? And
She
then
did like 4 or 5 of them, like
yeah,
multiple times.
there was an industry that he had, like some type of I don't know if it's nonprofit, but it was an organization that she inherited. I don't know how many let me see if I can find it. What organization did Erica Kirk inherit? Um Okay, she is the chairwoman and CEO of the conservative organization Turning Point USA, TPUSA, which her late husband Kirk co-founded until his passing, right? And yeah, this and how much was it? And how much was it worth, or is it worth? Um, I don't think it's showing. How much money did she get? She received millions from Kirk's insurance policy, donations, and home sale. I mean, she just doesn't seem like a grieving widow. I mean, it would have been like, and they're saying this guy's house was worth 5 million, $5.25 million, Arizona mansion. So I think they used him. I think they really used him. I think It's like they groom him, and it's possible with the movie it could go really deep, but uh you know, he had a porn addiction that he was open, I think, about that when that addiction, he used religion to cope with it. So that's why he was uh so much of a proponent of Christianity, saying Jesus and all of this stuff. So very controllable in that sense. So innocent guy basically being used and pushed and groomed possibly. And then this happens. And then she, yeah, it was kind of like acting. Alexis says, this is my YouTube opinion. Is it possible that Kirk's thing might not have been real, and he could have been shipped off to the island with other puppets? It's a possibility, man. In my opinion, it's really there is so much crazy stuff going on. You know, I just saw something, and I saw it a while ago, but it popped up again. I don't know if you knew that cows that are in factory farms, right? Anybody can look this up. They're putting virtual headsets on them, on the cows, that show green pastures so they can produce more milk. This
Oh
is
my gosh, what the hell?
unbelievable. Anybody can look this up. Putting virtual headsets on cattle so they can produce more milk, so they can be more, less stressed. And the guy that did the video, he said, yeah, he goes, what does that say about what they're going to do to people? Basically, like, people want to do that. You got people begging. I remember 20 years ago, people were living in a computer dating thing. Like, you walk through, like it was like one of those games, I guess, like
And
Warcraft.
the have you ever watched Ready Player One?
Oh, that sounds familiar. How long ago did it come out?
It's in like 2018, it released.
No, what was the premise? Let me see.
Exactly that. Humans live in a virtual reality that is controlled by the government, and the real world, when they take it off, is like horrifically bad. But humans don't care because they have the VR headsets, so they don't care about how bad the real world is, so they just keep using it. That's
So
the
they're
premise
just,
of the like movie.
so what are they, like in a room or walking around or something with the
No, like they
head?
have like their own like they all have their own like VR headsets that they just use,
Uh-huh.
and they just like they only really get out of like the VR world if they just got to eat. Other than that, they just go right back into it, and like the scene literally shows that the world is like completely messed up, but humans just don't care because
And they
they
just
have
stay
their
like
VR
what?
headsets.
They stay in their house and just like eat and then put it back on or something.
Pretty much, I mean,
Holy,
this
kind of like
movie explains exactly that.
the surrogates um with Bruce Willis. I don't know if you ever saw that. It came out decades ago, where they wear the headset, but, well, it wasn't a headset. It was like two things that go over the eyes, and then a surrogate android looks just like them but younger, is walking through society. So they're living through the surrogate. And if something
Mm.
happens to the surrogate, they just get a new surrogate. You see them at home, wake up, and they're like older. And then there was a thing where they were able to, once they off the surrogate, it could actually off the user. And that was the whole thing, like, okay, now we got to be careful. And it showed a point where governments were using it, where soldiers would be deployed, but it would be the androids. And then once they get offed, the soldier would wake up, and then he'd put on another thing, and another android, he'd control that. It was really, the surrogates was actually pretty good. Um, but Ready Player One, yeah, I got to see it, man. Is it worth what? How many stars would you give that movie, Ready Player One?
It's about like I'll say about a like 6 out of 10. I'll say probably around like a 7 out of 10.
Oh,
It's an
wow.
enjoyable movie, but it's not like amazing. Like it's not like
Okay.
amazing, but it's an
Yeah.
enjoyable movie.
Okay. They say part two here. Yes, a Ready Player One sequel. Ready Player Two is officially in development, and with production potentially starting in 2025 or 26. So, wow, wow, that's And they said it wasn't a flop. As I'm looking it up, Alexis says thoughts on the movie Manchurian Candidate. Is it's a movie about how our leaders are brainwashing puppets. I did see some of that one. I think Manchurian Candidate is pretty real. I think that when you look at some of the stuff that uh, with military stuff, Jamal and I were both in the military, and I think it probably already happened decades ago. Like probably they've been having Manchurian candidates, in my opinion, probably since the early part of the 20th century. I wouldn't see uh, why not. It really, yeah, I definitely wouldn't see why not. 12 Monkeys, that was another one, man. That was another one about engineered plans. Yep. I don't know if you saw
That's a
12
really
Monkeys.
good one. 12
Yeah,
Monkeys is a really good one. Yeah, that one isn't. I mean, that one's just insanely like
yeah.
predictive programming.
And
Once
did
again,
that, it also dealt with time travel?
I think so. It's been so like
Yeah.
I thought it's been so long. Maybe it came
Yeah.
out like 1995,
Yeah.
25 years before the planned like demic happened, and then obviously that's when that movie became more popular when that happened.
Wow, 30 years ago. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that movie is wow. Like that movie is the one. It's another show that's like these things are known decades prior to when they happen. Just like it goes into like why they do this and like just multiple theories. You know, the biggest one is that it's some type of karma that they have. Like
Hmm.
they have some type of like of power,
Hmm.
but they can't use it on us unless they actively somehow like like tell us.
Yeah, I
And
heard
if they
something
don't,
like
then
that,
they can't use it.
like a karmic type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Wow, that's
But the
pretty.
trip is that I mean, we will never actually know. That's just it is what it is. You know,
Mhm.
we can guess, but we will never actually know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's I mean, like movies is like the number one predictive programming I've ever seen in my life. It's just like this stuff is just like I pay attention to movies that come out. I don't
hmm,
watch them, but I pay attention to like the story
hmm,
because I promise you, like 4 out of 10 of these movies that come out is some type of like prediction of the future. So it's, I mean,
yeah.
it is just, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, movies are not just entertainment. It's some type of like control. Which I mean, this is just a good thing to talk about, like the like Truman Show, and be like, what's your thoughts on that movie?
The Truman Show, I think, was it's a wake up call. It's definitely it. The Truman Show makes me like the way I look at it as is that there's a lot of people in society, not everyone, but a lot of them are like plants, and they could be here just watching us like they could be agents, not like Agent Smith in the Matrix, but like real agents that report and say, hey, okay, he's doing this, kind of like Total Recall, when the guy he worked with was actually watching him, his wife was actually watching him. There's just so much movies that have that Truman Show type of vibe. Like Total Recall actually was a good one because it showed that um the guy that was the head of the agency for the Mars thing, I forgot what his name was, that Co- Cohallen or something like that, that um, he played Dick Jones in RoboCop. I think it was the same guy. Um, uh, him, uh, Schwarzenegger's wife, Sharon Stone, the guy that came in to try to tell, and what's funny is the guy tried to get him to take the pill to tell him, oh, you're having a schizoid embolism or something like that. Um, the Everybody around him was, not everybody, but at least 50% of the people were trying to keep him in a state of, oh, you never went to Mars, and you're Dennis, what was it, Quaid, something Quaid, his name. Meanwhile, he was somebody else or something like that. So it's very similar to the Truman Show, but the Truman Show was more like very much blatant, saying everybody's in on it. They live, definitely subliminal messaging more than I think just consumer control. It's definitely a must watch. They Live is a that's like mandatory viewing. Matrix is mandatory. Soylent Green, Omega Man, um, Gattaca is clearly,
What's
these
that movie
things.
called again? The zombie snatch or something, or something like
Oh,
Snatchers. It's a good
Invasion of the
movie.
Body Snatchers.
Yes, insane Black Pill movie as well. That one's insane
Yes,
as well.
that's a must watch. And not just that, but the version from 1953 and the version from the 70s. I think it might have been mid 70s or 78 with Donald Sutherland. Though
Hmm.
both of those. So because there's four there's three remakes. It's the 53 original, which is just amazing that they had a movie even. It was 53 or 56 that was even thought of back then, and it was actually a good movie, the black and white one. The second one, the remake, was possibly the best with Donald Sutherland. They did, I mean, it was really good. Then the third one was called, I think, Invasion of the Bodies, or just the Body Snatchers. It was a shortened title. That one was pretty good. So the first three, the first one and the two remakes, ended where it's like the one in '94, the remake was like, where you gonna go? Where you gonna run? There's no way to run, right? The second one was the same thing. The first one was the same thing. Matter of fact, after the first one, McCarthy, the guy who was the character, he's in the street yelling to people like, "Hey, trying to, calm, get some attention," and nobody's paying attention to him. Nobody. And then the one in the '70s, the remake, they actually show him in that year now, and he gets hit by a car, and Donald Sutherland and the girl just look at him like maybe he was nuts or something. And then eventually they start to notice that, hey, wait a second, something, if you fall asleep, and look at the thing with body snatches. If you fall asleep, then it creates a replica of you. So in other words, it could be a metaphor for, if you stop thinking, like in the zombie thing, if you stop thinking, the zombie virus of the mind will take you over, and now it replaces you. And that's what we see in so many people. We'll see some people that were awake, they'll get married or get a job somewhere, and they'll just be totally zombified at that point. It's like there's no coming back. I don't know if you've ever noticed that with certain people in society. I mean, it's Crocodilla, good to see you, man. Eyes Wide Shut, that's another
That's
one.
another good one.
Wizard of
What
Oz,
was
yeah, definitely.
what was that movie? That you
Inva-
my bad. Like maybe that chat. My bad.
Invasion, which one?
No, like the one with the where like this I forgot the movie name, but he puts on the glasses and he sees that people are zombies. He takes them off,
Oh,
but people
They
look
Live. They
normal.
Live.
Yeah, yes. That one right there is just like that is another very enjoyable movie, by the way. But that one is it is a good one,
I think one of the actor, the main star, Roddy Piper, said it was a documentary,
and he's 100% correct.
and
So
he
so he
passed.
knew. He knew.
Yeah, he passed in I think before 65. He was saying he doesn't think he's going to make it to retirement. So he did all that WWE. He said there was drugs. He got all dependent, and then the next thing you know, he's like, he's ready to pass. So they don't got to pay him his social or anything. It's really messed
W-
up, man.
When you make that deal with them that you're gonna become, a A-list celebrity and whatnot,
Hmm.
you got to realize that they have full control of your life, and if you ever even slightly go against what they do, then they might things will it will happen. You know,
Yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely, you're absolutely right, man. And the Bill Gates, he's prepping, man. He he's prepping. Bill Gates is prepping. Tasha, good to see you. Always a pleasure. This is movies that tell the truth. It's so true. These movies, and like on the last one, when we showed celebrities, man, these celebrities, I mean, Kathy Griffin on the left, it is brutal, man. Brutal. Beyonce on the right. I mean, I don't even know. This is brutal. And then I don't know what in the middle. It's just, I mean, it's just is like, it's crazy, man. The
It's like a
zombie.
cardboard, man. It's a cardboard. People are zombified by these people,
Hmm.
and then it. The thing is that these like celebrities, they have all the options. If you look at who they always marry or date, it's like some like not to sound awful right now, and you know, it's like that they could do better, and it's
Oh yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
it's like it seems like it's on purpose because it's like it's almost every single celebrity.
Hmm. They won't get to that position unless they're they're playing the game. But I think it's more than just playing the game. It's nepotism. When you find out, like when I looked up and found out Tom Hanks is related to Lincoln's mother, George Clooney related to Abraham's Lincoln mother, Sean Penn, his mother was in acting, black and white movies. I forgot her name. Um, Everybody, it seems to be. It's like, look at the voting, right? I made a little AI clip of when somebody votes and then the candidate betrays them when they become president, and then he runs again, and then they're gonna just vote harder. I made this little AI clip to show this is what it's like talking to somebody. This is a zombie.
We must vote harder this time.
And they're just ready to wave the flag again. I mean, it's just, they really there's nothing you can say. They're going to be like, oh, vote harder in the library, or the person that graduates. This is,
They won't learn. They won't learn. Trump says no more wars, no more wars. The first year within office is just saying that Venezuela has weapons of mass destruction, starting a blockade. They're like, it's just bombing Iran. I mean, come on now, man.
it's
Like this is like
crazy.
people keep buying into the lies these guys say. Have they once said
Mhm.
anything about lowering the dang taxes, man? Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. The zombie spectrum, man. Friends, family, food, media, school, medicine, politics, religion. One of this is the main 8 categories. Like we take let's just say school. The schoolhouse zombie, when he graduates, this is a schoolhouse zombie right here.
I finally graduated.
And then when they graduated and they grow older, they become a book zombie.
Just believe what they tell you.
So it's basically just believe what they tell you. The news, same thing, because that's in the 4th category of the zombie spectrum. And the news will tell you the same thing. Just believe.
Just believe what we tell you.
That's the news. And then politics, which I put as the 7th category, and then religion, the political zombies, this is what they say.
Friends, zombies, countrymen, lend me your ears. For too long we have lurked in the shadows.
Just always trying. People are following these zombies thinking,
I love these clips, by the way. I love these clips.
thanks, man. Yeah, I made each one. I'm going to make a full video and then upload it and then make shorts out of them. The religious zombies, this was a clip for.
My brothers and sisters, can I get an amen?
And the people in the audience, the medical zombies. As soon as you walk into the hospital, medical zombies waiting for you. Doctor and patient zombie. So it's like, this is it. It's everywhere. It's basically everywhere. The zombie spectrum is everywhere you look. The sports zombies. And it just, yeah, man. Yeah.
I know. I mean, sports zombies to me piss me off the most outside of the political zombies because it's like these guys are so brainwashed by sports. I've seen the videos where they literally attack people that just say, "Hey, man, that was a like, good game to watch," just because he's wearing a different jersey. Like, and these they're over here vouching for and supporting and screaming with multi-millionaire guys who just run around and toss a ball, who don't even know that they exist. But these guys are screaming in the house, like screaming in the house when someone
Yep.
scores a goal for a team that that doesn't even know they goddamn exist.
Yeah. Yeah. That they wear the shirt with another man's name on it, with the number. And the worst thing is, we see how they zombify their children. They'll take their children to the games and make sure they get brought up in a zombie fashion to say, okay, baseball. One of my friends, his father was, baseball zombie, and he became a baseball zombie. He would go, I remember when I was a kid, it's like, oh yeah, why don't you like baseball or whatever? And then you start playing, and then it's like, why am I chasing a ball? Why am I, why I should be learning, or much better, hiking, learning different plants, learning the land, the area, instead of being on a field with sprayed grass chasing a ball with a bunch of other zombies. Instead of saying, I need to know what the leaf on these trees look like. How do you plant food? Stuff like that. How do you, the soil? How do I know, okay, what do I add to the soil? How do I compost stuff? Things that are actually important, they don't want people to know. They're like, no, be an idiot. It's zombie land. They actually worship idiocy, stupidity. It's an epidemic of stupidity. I mean, when you look at any sports star, it keeps a person in a childhood, junior high school state of mentality. Oh, so and so is going to fight another guy after school. It's the most important thing in the world. The fact that people are still talking about Mike Tyson 30 years after he was a fighter, it shows you the head in the sand type of mentality. Why would anybody even want to talk about that? They're keeping his thing alive to keep people stupid and ignorant and in a state of perpetual immaturity. And then the movies, that's the other one. They'll make movies about it too. Mark, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Always. Yeah, this is the reality of it. People, if you talk to the average, what they would call a man, which most people aren't men. They're
No,
males.
they're not. But I mean, like they're not. I mean, like these guys are worshiping people who are tossing balls around, running around. I mean, these guys are making multi-million. Like these guys are making so much money from contributing nothing to society. Like a police officer, a firefighter, even the zombie, like doctors. At least they do something for the society, right? They keep starting working. The construction workers, the military. But these
Mhm.
guys are paid garbage, and we sit here and pay guys who are running around tossing balls multi-million-dollar contracts.
Yeah.
And guys are worshiping these damn people, treating them like gods when we all wake up and we all have to piss in the morning. We all have to, we all have to drink water. Like we're all in this, we're all the
Tens
same
of millions,
aspect.
right? Some of them are 100 million.
Yes, 100 million. LeBron James is making multi-million-dollars
I
every single month.
I
Just by
think he's a
running around
billionaire.
tossing the ball.
He's a
Yes,
billionaire now, right?
he
That's
is. And it's just
crazy.
like he does nothing for society, but he's paid as well. Even the president, which is a pretending thing, right?
Hmm.
But at least, right, in this pretend world where we act like he actually does something, he at least seems like, he's at least contributing something to society when we know he's not. But you get what I'm saying, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Totally. I
so,
mean,
so it makes sense for him to make, at least $500,000 a year. But a guy who's just running around tossing balls, doing nothing for the common people, is getting paid this much.
Well, I think Bill Cooper said it best. He said the reason that an athlete will make millions of dollars is because he has to keep the circus going, the bread and circuses. So he's well paid. He's the well-paid idiot. The look at the well-paid liars in all of the universities. Very well-paid liars. Doctors, a lot. Only the rebellious doctors are the good ones. The other doctors, they'll have you like basically keep you as a customer instead of saying, what did you eat? You might have to, cut back on these processed foods with sugar. No, they'll have a pill waiting saying, no, you can eat that, but you got to take this pill after you eat it. I mean, that's a drug dealer. That's basically a drug dealer. And, I think it was Dana White from the UFC. He goes, he doesn't trust doctors with, his if health. He goes, if he gets hurt, a surgeon, yes. And even a surgeon, I've heard, in my opinion, that when you sign something and you're getting surgery, they can also give you the jab. It has some type of clause in it. I have to look it up. But that's, I mean, any little thing they're trying to sneak in there like a parasite. And politics, you can't trust. Religion, you can't trust. Fauci, total, in my opinion, sellout. I mean, he was around. The thing with Fauci was he was around during the AIDS thing in the 80s. And people were saying that he was doing something similar back then. They said that the AZT was not really doing what it should have been doing. Like, people were getting ended from that, in my opinion. That anybody can look it up. You look at Fauci in the 80s, people were protest. They have pictures with signs protesting him back then. And they brought this basically zombie, basically, or a plant, or whatever somebody wants to refer to him as, back to push the agenda that we just seen happen. And it is it's a tough one, man. I think Vigilance, you got two of them here. Okay, cool. What's up, bro? Welcome to the show, man. If you want to add anything, bro.
Going on, guys? Yeah, nothing, just a good topic y'all were on. A lot of good movies you mentioned. I was gonna throw one in called Wag the Dog
Oh
from like
yeah,
the
yeah.
90s.
Yep. I think De Niro was in that one.
Yeah, De Niro, he plays spin doctor,
Mm-hmm.
guy who does propaganda for the presidential campaign. Him and Dustin Hoffman, he's a movie producer. Because
Wow.
of like a scandal going on with the president, they come up with like a fake war in Albania to help distract the public just in time for elections.
Wow. And the name, was that implying that the tail wags the dog?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
basically what it means. Yeah.
Hmm.
And basically, yeah, lot of good, like just exposing like how politics really work, how everything's a distraction that they use to try and keep your eyes off of what's really going on behind the scenes.
Hmm. What was that? Mid 2000s?
97.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Again, the late 90s. Gattaca, Matrix, Equilibrium, Snake Eyes, and now Wag the
Truman
Dog.
Show.
What one?
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show was late
The
90s?
99.
Yep.
Holy smokes. Wow. I thought it was like a little more recent, like 2000s. Holy smokes, man. Something about the late 90s where,
It's the pinnacle of human civilization, which is what the Matrix said. That
wow.
1999, the year the movie came out, he said, Agent Smith said, like,
Mhm.
this year is a pinnacle of human civilization, or something like that. And the movie came out in 1999.
Wow. Wow. That's man, I remember Wag the Dog too. I remember somebody talking about that like in 2010. That's why I thought it might have came out later. Or like 2012. On Blog Talk Radio, the guy was saying, yeah, if you get a chance, check Wag the Dog. It was around when they did the Gaddafi thing, when they invaded Libya and had, it was basically looked like a television promotion, like telling people, okay, when we put the camera on, say, yay, you're glad you toppled Gaddafi. And it was Obama. So I guess it was like, yeah, in the between '08 and 2012, 2015, something like that. But I do remember that, to where when I saw the news with the Gaddafi thing, it seemed to be so staged. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, man. Alexis, brother, thank you for the support, man. He says, how Black Pill is Lord of War movie. Man, that movie is so truthful. Thank you, Alexis. This is the Lord of War. That's a great, great suggestion. That is mandatory viewing. So we already know, we named off a couple of that are mandatory viewing for the survivors in the zombie apocalypse of the mentally dead. Lord of War is one of them.
That one is
insane,
insanely Black Pill movie. And what's up with Nicolas Cage coming on these Black Pill movies, by the way? But I mean, that one is an insane Black Pill movie. I mean, even at the end of the movie, when the main character finally gets caught, right? And you're kind of rooting for the, like for the police to finally, arrest him, because he's constantly, selling arms and getting.
The ending was so real when he was like, listen, let me tell you what's going to happen. It's like,
I'm about to walk out you're going to walk out that door. There's going to be a high ranking general. You're going to argue with him, and then I'm going to go free.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
exactly how it works.
But he said that he's not he said the biggest one is that he said, your and my boss are the same person. I mean, that right there is like, right there, he's blatantly telling them, like trying to tell the audience that, hey, the like pretending president is not only y'all's boss, but he's also the other side's boss. It's all just a fake like division, and they're all arms dealing. It's just, the movie's insanely Black Pill. It's one of the
movies. And they're all one and the same. And it even says like at the an ending notation how like US, France, Russia, China, UK, they're all the biggest manufacturers. So it's like they're all working together in a sense. It's kind of what they're getting at.
Yep. And he said, he goes, the president moves more arms in a single day than he moves all year, but he needs somebody else to move it that doesn't have his fingerprints on it. It was amazing. Black Circle, always a pleasure, brother. He says, hello, MD and panel. Hello, you two from across the pond, brother. Mark, you should check it out. You Lord of War is mandatory watching for zombie apocalypse of the. There's really a BP movie called He Was a Quiet Man. Have you guys ever heard of that one?
No.
I haven't here. Let me look it up.
It's probably good. It's probably good.
Yeah, I've heard of a Quiet Man, but not He Was a Quiet. He was a quiet.
On that Lord of what movie? Like another quote that I love is that he says that they say that evil like prevails when like good men do nothing. But he said the quote should really just be evil like prevails.
Yes. Yes. That one is fire.
That movie is just insane. I think it came out in like 2004 as well. So it still came out in the early like 2000s. Insane.
Yeah, 2005. I just watched that last night too, because we were mentioning on the other stream.
What movie?
Lord of War.
Oh yeah, Lord of War was it. He Was a Quiet Man, 2007. Plot is a lonely, invisible office worker, Bob McConey, plans a violent revenge, but when he saves Vanessa Parks, Elisha Cuthbert, from a real shooter, he's hailed as a hero, only for Vanessa to later ask him to off her. Christian Slater, Elisha Cuthbert, and William Macy, and a few others. Wow. Yeah, I'll definitely appreciate that, Mark, man. And Mira, good to see you, bro. Greetings, man. Seconds, 1966. I'll look that up in a second, bro. Mr. X, man, thank you for the support, brother. Always, man. We got the link pinned to the top of the chat. Whenever you want to join, you're always welcome, bro. Just hop on. I know Mr. X is going to have some good movies to add in. I'm going to look up Seconds, 1966. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one. I haven't.
Nah.
1966. Uh, Rock Hudson, um, John Randolph, a few others. Rock Hudson, I've heard of. Francis Reed. Um, it says it's a surprisingly good performance by Rock Hudson and impeccable supporting cast. What is the plot twist in seconds? What happened in the end? In the film's finale, Hamilton, Tony is wheeled away. All right, it doesn't say. Let me just see. Seconds on Wiki. The plot. He's a middle-aged banking executive in Scarsdale, New York, who, despite his professional success, remains profoundly unfulfilled. His love for his wife, Emily, has dwindled, and he seldom sees his daughter. So after some contemplation, his position, he wanders around, disappears into a large dark. Yeah, I got to look into this. It's a long thing. It's got a lot of figures. This thing is so long to read. Disenchanted. Let me see if it's got like a shorter abbreviated version of seconds. It's about a senior citizen still employed who was getting tired of his life and wanted to change. He began getting phone calls in the middle of the night, but they turned out to be from a college friend who felt the same way. So yeah, man, definitely check it out, see what's up. Seconds. If any of you guys get any other suggestions,
There's one more. This is beyond mandatory. It's not a movie, but it's a show. Black Mirror.
Black
Gotta check that
Mirror.
out. Black Mirror. It's on
Black Mirror, the series.
yeah,
Yes, they have some
Netflix.
good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like every episode, especially like the first season,
Mm-hmm.
all of it's just complete black pilled foreshadowing. Every single thing, like second season too, but they'll have like social credit, people being chipped up, simulation, all of that. The robot dogs, military
I
dogs. It's
see the
like,
one with the robot dogs. I've seen any specific episodes. The robot dog episode was good.
yeah. I know. I think season is a season two, season two or three. It's the one where it has to do with like social credit.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
everyone like rates each other on whether or not they're. Yeah, it's like just like ranking you would like on DoorDash or something. That's how it is with people in that episode.
Oh, I saw another one. With the social credit one with the girl. She's at the airport or something, and she's trying to Yeah, I
Nosedive.
think yeah. She's a known actress. I've seen her before in a few
Yeah,
things. That one.
Dallas Bryce Howard.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. She that one what was it? Vivarium, I think was the name of one, like a fake town. Um Vivarium, I think it was called, a movie. That one was kind of more recent, you know. I think more of the really deep ones came out, yeah, the 90s, man. The 90s, the late 90s. I can't believe the amount of movies that were able to name, you know, Gattaca, late 90s. I mean, that movie was that was one of the best movies I've seen, in part because it required no special effects. I like those type of movies. I mean, I like special effects movies, but when a movie just can get the message across without having to use that, Gattaca was deep, man. Gattaca.
Even like They Live like came out in 1998, man. Like
Oh
the
no,
late 90s
They
showed
Live
every movie.
was 88, 80, 87 or 88. I think 87. No,
Are you sure?
yeah, 87, and The Believers was 88. Yeah. Yeah. The Believers is off the handle, where Martin Sheen
Oh,
and
you're
all of
right.
them,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a cult, and they would, you know, sacrifice their first son or something to gain power. And then like his son was like of the right age, like 7 or 10 or something. And it would keep all of them in their positions. And they showed like Japanese CEOs, people who ran big companies. That movie, The Believers, years ago on YouTube, it was hard to find even clips from it. It was hard to find clips from The Believers. I said they're trying to really get this movie not to be seen. The Believers with Martin Sheen. 1 year after They Live. They Live was. Let me just check to make sure They Live, because I think it was 87. 88, 1988. Yeah.
Yep.
And The Believers was 87, I think. The Believers, 1987. Yep. 1987. The Believers, mandatory watching. 1988 was They Live. Yeah. So They Live. Yeah, these were deep, man. These were some deep movies, man. I mean, Total Recall was pretty. That was another one, man. That was, look. What was good about Total Recall was the part where that guy Benny, the cab driver, like he acted like he was friends and to help Arnold, and then he turned out to be a plant. These movies kind of teach us to be careful who you trust. There's so many movies that, like The Matrix. Look at Cypher. Cypher was a plant, and
Yep.
so yeah, people need to, these movies always kind of teach us things. That's the stuff I think people need to remember, is that they teach us. Oh yeah, Equilibrium. I thought Equilibrium was the 90s. Let me check. I think it was 98. Equilibrium with Christian Bale. Oh, it was 2002. Holy smokes. Wow, you're right, Alexis. Equilibrium was a good movie. No Country for Old Men. That's a recent one that was really good. I don't know if you guys saw that one.
It's a banger.
Society 1989. That sounds really familiar. 1989. Who was in that? I didn't see this one. Wow. Society body horror, American body horror. Wow. Wow. So Society. Wow. Thanks, man. Mirror that. Yeah. So we got some good recommendations here. I didn't see the whole thing in No Country. Did you guys see that one?
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
it's a really
good.
good movie.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if it's really like predictive programming movie, but it's a really good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw clips, of the, he had a mean silencer for that shotgun. One by One 2014 is Rick Mayall's final performance about the NWO. It's a bit of a slow movie. He had to get a low quality version off of. Really? Okay. So we get Enemy of the State is mandatory watching. You're right, Alexis. That's Dark City. That's a good one. 98 again, late 90s. Late 90s, man.
Enemy of the State, 1998 as well. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
crap.
And Taxi Driver was a good movie, man. I think that was late 70s, early 80s with Robert De Niro. Who's that other guy who played in Reservoir Dogs? Shoot, I forgot his name. Harvey Keitel. And they were young. Harvey Keitel was like skinny in that, and Robert De Niro too. Like this was when they were like really young. I think Taxi Driver, I think that was the 70s. I never saw it. I was too young, but years later. Taxi Driver, yeah, man, 1976. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. iRobot, definitely Black Pill. I Am Legend, definitely, man. Thank you, Miradi, for the support, brother. He says, great recommendations, man. Yeah, and you gave some great Dark City. Did you guys see Dark City?
Yeah, that movie's just insane.
Yeah.
That movie. I mean, it's another mandatory watch. I mean, honestly, a lot of these are like, I mean, Dark City, Enemy of the State, Lord of War, Equilibrium. These are like, honestly, all these movies are like legit must watches.
Yeah,
Like you have to watch
Minority
these movies.
Report, another one.
Oh, Minority Report. Yeah, what was that? 02 or something?
2001. No, 2002, I think.
Minority Report. Yeah, 2002. Yeah, that was actually Minority Report was a good one. You know what else? What was that other one, Tom Cruise? Oblivion. Oblivion was did you guys see that with Tom Cruise? Oblivion.
Morgan Freeman in it
2013.
too.
That movie, Oblivion, is actually pretty good, man. It's actually pretty good. And I'm not a big, Tom Cruise. Yeah, I mean, I don't care what actor it is once it's a good movie. But Oblivion was actually a good movie because he was talking like there was a lady that was giving them orders, like she was the head of, you know, whatever organization. Come to find out, she was like an AI, you know, thing. Like she wasn't a real human, and they were working for the aliens that had taken over the planet. And it was like, holy smokes! I mean, Oblivion was a twist, man. And it had a part in it where they were saying, don't go in these areas, it's a radiation zone. And then he happened to crash in it, and then realized he saw a clone of himself, and then was like, that's why they were telling him not to go there, because they had taken over the planet and cloned. He was like the best Air Force pilot or something like that. And the people on the planet, the humans that were still surviving, had lived like scavengers underground. It was real, and they were using him and the other clones to try to eradicate them, and they were stealing the planet's water to take, I guess, back to somewhere else. Yeah, it was actually, Oblivion was a really good movie. Yeah, Oblivion. Bronx Tale, definitely, man. Bronx Tale is so you guys seen that one, right? Bronx Tale.
Yeah, I've seen
Not
it.
me.
Yeah,
Not
Bronx
me.
Tale, you have to watch. Bronx Tale has such good philosophy in there, where he was like he was chasing a guy, and you know, the gangster who played by Chaz Palminteri, I think it was. And he here, let me see who this is. Oh, I think this is Mirror. Mirror, is this you?
Yep. Greetings from Australia.
Hey, greetings, brother. Always a pleasure, man. Great to have you here, man. Definitely. Any suggestions?
I'm just looking through my movie list here on Letterboxd
They
and
got some
IM
good ones.
database.
That guy says American History X. That's a good movie. That's recommended. Black Hawk Down, definitely, Alexis. That one. Blood In, Blood Out. Wow. That one's from like the 90s, I think I remember, or maybe even earlier. 13th Floor, 99. Wow, again, the late 90s. Yeah, 13th Floor was a good one, man. Yeah, yeah, the whole this is good, man. This is
Fight Club.
Fight
99.
Club. Yep. Fight Club was what? Let me see what year that was.
99.
Oh, wow. This is this is crazy, bro. This is the 90s, the late 90s is like, what's
Even
up with
12
the late?
Monkeys came out in 1995. 12 Monkeys, one of the most like predictive programming movies in history.
Yeah, 12
1995.
Monkeys. Yeah, 12 Monkeys was definitely a good one, man. Let me see, 12 Monkeys. Yeah, 95. Bruce Illis, man. Yeah, he the Surrogates, man. The Surrogates was a really good one with with Bruce. The Surrogates. Yeah, that was 2009. That was actually a pretty good movie with Bruce Willis, man. That was actually a pretty good movie, I have to admit. The Surrogates, I would recommend. Casino. Yeah, Casino 95. Wow, that came out that long ago. Holy smokes. Jamal, Contagion. Yeah, you know something? Contagion is up there. That's like an unbelievable that they even made that and said so much in that movie. It was so similar. Children of Men. I have not seen that. Let me look.
Oh, that movie's great.
Really?
Badass movie. Yeah.
Children of Men. 2000.
It's like a crisis control movie. It's really good.
Oh wow, with yeah, I know that guy. Oh, Clive Owen. Yeah, I've seen him before. Michael Caine. Oh shoot. You know something? It's a funny movie, but Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, man, with Michael Caine and Steve Martin. That's a good movie, man. A good movie on how, you know, people scandal stuff, and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. It's a fun movie too. It's a type of movie that's a awakening movie, but it's not. It doesn't have the dramatic or drama type of thing. It has a fun atmosphere. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. It's a lot to do with human psychology, I noticed. Revolver is an extremely good movie with Ray Liotta, Jason Statham, the guy from Sopranos, Andre 3000. It actually had a good few stars in it. Came out in '05 in the UK. They didn't release it in the US until 2008. And it only played in 18 theaters in the USA. They did not want people to see that movie. It's all about the ego, really deep. Whenever you have something, Mirror D, just add it in, man. Definitely, the Stanford experiment. Yeah. Mhm.
The basic, the well-known one would be They Live. You probably mentioned it already.
Oh yeah, we put that
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
And I got a World War III movie from Australia, One Night Stand. It's kind of interesting. It's about a nuclear catastrophe or something. Not really as good, but yeah.
97?
1984, I think, that one.
Is that with Wesley Snipes?
Oh, no, I mean the Australian one I mentioned, the One Night Stand movie.
An Australian movie. Yeah, 94. Okay, that has.
I'll post it in the comments.
Okay. Yeah, I see that one. Devil's Advocate, that was a good one too. Not that guy. That guy says The Net is excellent, man. Stanford Prison Experiment, that's a good one. That whole thing, Office Space 99, that's another one. Up in the Lexus is rocking it. Gattaca, yeah, we got that on the thumbnail cover. I had actually put that. The Fountain, I heard of that one. Has anybody watched The Fountain? Let me see, what was that one about? The Fountain 2006. Looks like a epic science fiction romantic drama film written, if that's the one. Wow, 4.4.
About the Fountain of Eternal Youth, I think.
Just says
it's very symbolic.
Okay.
I haven't seen it in a while though. I should rewatch it.
Rachel Weisz and Hugh Jackman was in that one. Yeah. So that one, I gotta check that one. The Siege. Oh, the 98. Holy smokes, man. The late 90s. Yeah, thank you. Mehdi, good to see you always. One Night Stand. Okay, we got that one there. Videodrome is a really good one. That's like from the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
David Cronenberg. He also did what's the other movie he did? I have to look at
1983 with James Woods. Yeah, that's actually a really good movie. A really good movie, man. A very good movie. Yeah, I have to have Armageddon, 1998, that guy.
Existence.
Okay, yeah.
I will type it in.
Idiocracy was actually good. Blade Runner Blade Runner is definitely. The Terminal Man. The Terminal Man, I have not. That sounds. Existence? What year? That's
that was a bit newer. It was by David Cronenberg. It was made in 1999.
Oh wow. Let me look up wow.
It's about a gaming system that recreates real life or something. It's weird. It's quite interesting. It's got some good actors in it.
William Dafoe, Jude Law, Jennifer Jason Leigh. Wow. Yeah, this one and the one Alexa said, The Terminal. The Terminal Man sounds familiar. The Day the Earth Caught Fire, 61. Wow, you're going back, bro. Let me look that up. The Day Earth Caught Fire. I haven't, that one. Okay.
I'm a huge Blade Runner and Philip K. Dick fan, by the way. He did a low budget movie called Radio Free Albumus.
That sounds very familiar.
It was in, I think, 2010. I'll just type it in.
The Terminal Man 74. Okay, yes. I think I've heard of this, but I never saw it. An Iranian refugee seeking asylum in Europe. Okay, and that has Michael Crichton. I was in that one. Wow.
Oh, Arlington Road. That's a classic. That twist at the end. Oh, my.
Arlington Road, 99. That sounds very 90.
The really good movie. Really good movie.
You saw that one? Wow. That sounds very familiar.
Very Black Pearl as well. I definitely recommend you actually watch it. It's a very Black Pearl movie as well.
Tinker Taylor Soldier Spy. I haven't heard of that one. I'm gonna look that one up. Radio Free. Okay, so that's 20. The Cable Guy. That's a good one. A Scanner Darkly is a good one too. Yeah, with that was the it was animated, right? Scanner Dark.
Yeah, with Keanu Reeves,
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Pleasantville. The late 90s, 1998 again. Outbreak 95 with Dustin Hoffman. That was if that's the one I recall. With Dustin Hoffman. Let me see.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's the one with Dustin. That was actually a pretty good. That movie was so real in the beginning when the soldiers were in that camp thinking that the army was going to come and save them, and a helicopter flew over and dropped like a thing on them and just extinguished the whole camp. It was like that's about as real as it gets, man. That's about it.
Have you seen the original The Stand? I haven't seen it in so
Is-
long. I just
Is that
remember some bits of it.
the series by Stephen King?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
the
Oh,
TV
yeah. Yeah. That was
series.
like what, the 90s, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a long time ago. Yeah. The Stand. Yeah. I remember it was like a series. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Sneakers. Yeah. Definitely. I remember
All these in the 90s, man. Natural
Yep.
Born Killers, yeah, that's another good one.
Ed TV 99 again, late 90s. Wow. Wow. British movie about the outing of a Soviet spy by by a MiG-6 or Ragamuffin. Good to see you, brother. The Green Mile, that was another one too. The Babadook, I've heard of that one. I didn't see that one. Yeah, The Siege, 1998 again, man. The Shawshank, Cube, that was another one. Yes. Disclosure. I didn't see that, but I did hear about it. X-Files, Fight for the Future, Virtuosity. Yo, Alexis is on fire, man. Virtuosity, 1999. Pi, I heard of that, but I didn't see that. That was, again, 98, man. The late 90s had like To Die For. Yep. Wow. Quiz Show, 1994. I remember that. I don't remember it. Let me see. Quiz Show, but I do remember it. Quiz Show, 1994. Who was in that? Oh, that was that guy. Yeah, Ralph Fiennes, Rob Morrow, John Turturro, excellent actor. Martin Scorsese. I think that, yeah, Scorsese. That was I mean, as far as like gangster films too, Carlito's Way was excellent. And definitely yeah.
Have you heard of a movie called Wag the Dog? I haven't seen it, but it's about a fake war. Like they
Mhm. Yeah,
they get these Hollywood guys that fake this war or something.
Yeah,
on a
Vigilance
CG
had
screen.
mentioned it. Yeah, earlier he had recommended it.
Oh, okay.
He saw it.
Cool.
He said, this is
Classic,
a
yeah.
banger. This is the Clockwork Orange. That's a banger. That's up there. Recommended watching without a doubt. Metropolitan, yes. Man on Fire. That's actually a good one. Clock Watchers. That's another good one. Yeah, Clockwork Orange is a banger, man. Johnny Mnemonic. That I like that movie too, with the dolphin. Slumdog Millionaire, that was another one too. Yeah, at the end when they tried to in the bathroom intimidate him, Ghost in the Shell. Yes, that was actually a good one. Yeah, Wag the Dog was about Clinton. Yeah, it definitely was. Inception, that was actually a good one.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That's a nice black pillar too.
The Lawnmower Man was really good. The Lawnmower Man was really good, man. Yeah.
Another 90s movie, man.
Yeah. 90s had Free Jack. That was another one. Yes. Cyberpunk. Yeah, definitely. The Bronx Tale, man. You got to check that, Jamal. That one actually, he says stuff in there like when he's chasing the guy for $20 and he goes, come here. It was like a gangster trying to like, he goes, look, you'll have two educations, one from school and one from the street. And he tells him, he goes, what does he owe you? He said, $20. He goes, you got off light, man. For $20, he's never going to bother you again. And then he would like hit him with like little philosophical realities that would help him, like when he was like he really was a fan of Mickey Mantle, and he goes, look, Mickey Mantle don't care about you. He goes, what? And then the kid started to wake again. That was so real that he was telling him like, look, what are you following a sports star for? And the movie was based in the late 60s, I think, on the mid 60s. Like he was a kid, and then when he grew older, I think it was like 68. And he goes, yeah, it's 1968. The Yankees won the pennant, and I don't care. So kind of, yeah. Quiz show. I'm
That
looking.
is a black pillar right there. That is a black pillar. I
At,
mean, just based off that, I'm definitely gonna watch
bro,
it.
you're gonna like, if you like I mean, I like some of the gangster stuff. That movie's, it's not your ordinary gangster movie. Like it's really really good. Like the guy that plays C in there, it's Brooklyn, New York. No, it's Bronx, New York in the 60s, and he likes a black chick, and he tells Sonny, the gangster, played by Chaz Palminteri, and C's father is Robert De Niro, a working man, a bus driver. And he goes, hey, I like this girl. She lives over here by this street. And he goes, oh, she's a color broad. And he goes, yeah. He goes, look, doesn't matter. He goes, listen, you give her the door test. You lock both doors. You open up her door. He goes, when you walk around to your door, if she doesn't reach over and open your door for her, you get rid of her, and you get rid of her fast. And so I did that to a girl in Canada that I was seeing. By the time I got over to the other door, not only did she unlock it, she had pulled the handle and had it cracked a little bit open for me to open it. And I was like, wow. I said, that test, because if she don't do that, you can see how selfish she is right there. And with this day and age, you got the click thing that'll open it. But I did it with the key to test her back in like 06, I think it was. And yeah. Oh, let me start putting up some Inception. Yeah, that was a good one. Lawnmower Man, excellent, man. Free Jack. Yeah, though. Clockwork Orange made references to adrenochrome. Yeah. The milk. Yeah, it could be the adrenochrome, or they have another theory with the milk too. Interesting. I have to rewatch. Do you recall when in the film also Fear and Loathing mentions adrenochrome? Yeah, Fear and Loathing, a friend of mine in the military had read the book, and he explained it to me. It was off the handle, man, that movie. Let me see. I do recall. MD, remember the scene when C's mother found a 600 in his room? Yes. And she gave it to the father. That was a good one, bro. That was a good one, man. And he goes, everybody takes a beating. Thanks, chat. A lot of movies here. Thank you, chat, man. You guys are really Close Encounters was a good one. Alexis, brother, thank you for the support, man. He says, give us your list of the top 10 BP movies to watch. Yes, man. Let me see. That closet scene in Communication freaked me out as a child. Yeah, man. Communion. Yeah, that was the one I remember. Mine.
Yeah, Willie Strieber's book.
Yeah.
The movie adaptation. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm just typing in my my top.
Nice. Apocalypse Now, classic.
I'm trying to just think of the top 10. If anybody else, Vigilance, you had some? Or?
I mean, like 2015, but that's a good one.
Which one?
Ex Machina.
Oh, Ex Machina. Yeah, that was Ex Machina is actually an excellent movie, bro. That movie's excellent. Ex Machina.
That ending. Oh my.
yeah. That movie's excellent, man. Putting mines in. Wow, I'm so kind of.
I mean, like you would have to put movies like, for example, like The Matrix has to be in the top 10. Like Gattaca has to be in the top 10.
Yeah, I put that as the second one. These are not in an order, but I'm just putting them in there because.
Can we go into favorite movies, or should we stick to the more out there movies?
Which movies did you say?
I mean, like, is this because we're starting to get into people's favorite movies?
Oh no, any movies.
Oh, cool.
Huh?
That's cool. I might add some more.
Yeah, and any ones you think that have a good message, like to wake people up, or have anything with that actually has some.
I love Jacob's Ladder. That was really good.
Jacob's Ladder was a real good movie, man. That was.
It doesn't have to be a movie with it doesn't have to be a movie that has predictive programming. It just needs a movie that it's not like a zombie slap movie. If you get what I mean, it's not just a garbage slap. Yeah, it's it's a movie that actually has it doesn't need to particularly have black person in it, but it just needs to be a movie that's actually like a good movie.
Based.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah,
But if we're talking about but for Alexis though, if we're talking about the 10 black pill movies, or sorry, like truth movies. I
Mhm.
mean, I would say Matrix, Gattaca, another good one, Invasion of the like Body Snatchers. That's a must watch. Honestly, I'll probably put Lord of War as well. Honestly, in the top 10, even though
Oh
it came
yeah.
out in like 2005, I'll still probably put like Lord of War. That movie really did. It's a really good movie.
Eyes wide shut.
8, 9, 10. I put 11. So I put these 11. They're not in total order
Uh-huh.
for Alexis, man. This is for you, brother. Yeah, these are. I mean, I should really put like 20. There's so many. I'm so glad everybody's putting it in there, but I put 10 in there that I think for you, Alexis. I mean, you put a few of them too, but I definitely think that equilibrium because it deals also with everybody stopping and taking their dose. When the like the gong goes off in society, everybody stops and take their dose of the pharmaceutical juice that keeps them from feeling emotion. So they just, follow. Apocalypse Now, that's definitely, yeah. Apocalypto, another one. Atomic Cafe, I've heard of that, but I've never seen that one. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Wow. Well, you're pulling them out. Animatrix is a real good one, man. That's an excellent animated. That's second to Heavy Metal. As far as my favorite, a lot of people like Akira. They say Akira is one of the best. Scribe said that's just excellent. I saw pieces of it. Um, Maybe showing something that happened in the past is, yeah. Animatrix was really good because the Animatrix shows the war of
At the
that
second Renaissance, that was really heavy. That
exactly.
scarred me when I was growing up.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
full
put
on.
the Truman Show in my top 10, but it would be in the top 10. I would actually switch one of them with the Truman Show in there. Probably, I might switch a Bronx Tale for that one.
Yeah, Truman Show, and I remember Vanilla Sky. That was interesting too.
Yeah, that was a decent one. Reds was a good one. Slam Dance 1987 includes an eyes wide shut ring with an interesting ending. Wow. Okay, yeah, that one. Waking Life. Yeah, that's an animated one too. Yeah, that one was
I
actually.
think Alex Jones was in that movie.
Yeah, the Waking Life. Yeah, that one and Scanner Darkly. Very similar animation. I
Yeah,
mean, my
same
best.
director,
Yeah, like as far as
Richard Linklater.
yeah, the Waking Life. Animatrix is a really good movie. I have to admit that. I used to have that DVD. I lent it out and I never got it back. But um, I mean,
We'll
as
throw
far
in
as
Snowpiercer.
yeah, Heavy Metal from 1980, 81. That's an entertainment one. But honestly, Heavy Metal is that's a black pill movie, a truthful, because it deals with the Lochnar, this green glowing ball that corrupts people. And anybody that tries to control it, you start to see them like, I mean, Heavy Metal, the animated movie, is an excellent movie. Yeah, something, I would put that in my top 10 too, just to let Alexis know. That one, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah, that in the time we live in with computers and stuff, that's a movie to think about when the what was it, HAL, the computer that locked him out of the space station or something like that. Nightcrawler 2014. Let me look that up. I heard of this one, but I did not see it. Let me see. Wait, is that the X-Men? Oh, yes. With this guy, he would go with the video camera. I did see that. That was actually a pretty good movie, man. That was actually a pretty good movie. Yeah, that's up there. Hal. I think that's a movie on its own, or are you talking about the But that's the oh, they do have a, I think, well, that was the computer in in uh in in 2001: A Space Odyssey, I think. Um Pirates of Silicon Valley has a scene in the end where Bill Gates and Steve Jobs mention stealing ideas from a smaller company. Wow, that's actually Wow, that's deep. In the Company of Men, 1997. Let me look that up. That sounds familiar. Yeah, the Space Odyssey computer, HAL. I don't know what HAL stood for, but yeah, I remember HAL. In the Company of Men. And I don't know if you guys have seen that one. Is that the 90? Oh no, that's Company of Wolves. So 1997. Wow, again, the late 90s, man. Aaron Eckhart, Matt Malloy, and Stacey Edwards. Yeah, I haven't seen that one actually. Two business executives. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely we were soldiers once and young. We were soldiers once sounds very familiar. It definitely sounds familiar. I think Jamal had to jump off. Vigilance, you had something?
No, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, yeah, man, this is great, man. Guys are really we appreciate, man, all the movies that people are putting in the chat. I think I highlighted all of them, so we anybody that looks back can see them highlighted on the stream, or look in the chat and see them on the stream. Or if anybody has any quotes that they remember from the movie, so that's another good thing that I think we can look into. Like,
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
The V Vendetta original graphic novel had a completely different ending. Like instead of the V Vendetta graphic novel had a completely different ending, as in like that instead of like a revolution, there was more like anarchy. It's a completely different message, and they kind of made it more happier in the movie V Vendetta.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very wow. I mean, when I look at some of the quotes from the movies, like it's I would think, I'm trying to think of some of the quotes. Mr. X, brother, always a pleasure.
Just joining in. Good to see everyone.
Good to see you, man. Yeah, man, excellent suggestions throughout the chat, bro. The chat is just the chat is so great. I mean, recommending some of the best movies that told the truth, like the
Did anybody mention Eyes Wide Shut by any chance?
I don't think they wrote it. I think somebody did mention it in the chat. Yeah, I think somebody did earlier.
Relating to another movie, I might have mentioned it.
I mentioned it
maybe
earlier,
someone else.
or like the top 10 black pill list. Yeah, want to check out.
Which movie?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh yeah.
It was Stanley Kubrick's final film.
Yes, that one.
The ending was going to be different. I think it was going to be completely different, and they edited it completely. But it still has.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. No. It still has a lot of the messaging in it. Like,
interesting with that.
Did they mention A Clockwork Orange? Because he had another one too. That was pretty black.
Oh yeah.
They mentioned
Clockwork. Yeah, that
so I missed a lot. He was just such a black pill director. It's kind of ridiculous.
Oh yeah, Clockwork was amazing. Somebody mentioned, I think Mehdi might have, or somebody else might have mentioned it. And everybody's adding in such great movies. Kasparov, good to see you, man. Michael Jackson's Designer Babies.
I forgot to mention Merry Christmas to everyone.
Oh,
and season's greetings and everything.
Yeah, season's greetings, man. Definitely, bro. Definitely. It's here. Also quotes, from these movies. If anybody wants to type quotes into the chat, because The Bronx Tale had some really good quotes in it. Carlito's Way, when Sean Penn and him, when he told him, he goes, look, never sell out your friends, man. He told him when he tried to say, his world is smaller, and he's like, all right, adios, counselor. He's like, never sell out your friends, man. And it just, you got to have some type of integrity. He also, when he tried to leave the life behind him of crime that he was in, like a hitman, a dealer, and he goes, man, this stuff just follows him. And Carlito's Way had some really good stuff. Of course,
Oh,
Scarface.
dang. I should put a spoiler thing on it. It doesn't matter.
No, it's cool, man. Definitely, man.
Funny,
Uh,
Goodfellas has something similar to that, where he tells him in the beginning, never rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut. And he doesn't do it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and that one. That was an excellent line. Scarface, all I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for
Have you
anyone.
seen the Christian Slater movie, Mobsters? It's another 90s movie, I think.
I've
It's quite
heard of that
interesting.
one. Yeah, Mirror D. Well, I think in Soylent Green he says Soylent Green is made of people. I
Yeah,
think.
that's it. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
correct
I
word.
actually
I
put that.
mixed it up in my head.
Soylent Green, the Omega Man, the Matrix, and Gattaca are all in the thumbnail for this stream. So those were the four I
Nice.
put in the thing. Soylent Green is another one, Alexis, that's in my top 10. I have to admit, I really should have put a top 20. The Kingdom, a Korean flick, amazing. Wow, I gotta check that, man. Magic Man says, I got a movie quote from the movie Heat. Don't let yourself get attached to anything you're not willing to walk out in 30 seconds. Exactly. Flat if you feel the heat around the corner. Excellent quote, bro. Excellent quote. Wow, I can't believe we all missed 1984 and A Brave New World. Brave New World is a movie that people got to see. Both versions, the one from the 70s and the one from the 90s. Yes. Brazil. I've heard of that movie, Brazil.
That has a few different endings, actually.
Okay.
There's like a happy ending and then the full uncensored dark ending of Terry Gilliam's classic. It's kind of like in 1984.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. That's I mean, I think there was a movie with Christopher Walken, and he tells the guy, like, he gives him a story and he says every once in a while the lion's got to show people who's the king of the jungle. I forgot that it was like a pool hustler movie, I think. And he was telling a guy, like, you're great. He goes, but you're here playing these bums. He goes, like, you're world class. Scribe had showed it to me. Dinner with Andre, that's another really good movie. Dinner with Andre is I mean, one of the best lines in it is when he said, you're from New York. He goes, you were a prisoner that built the prison and now you're the prison guard. He goes, so of course you're not going to want to leave it. He goes, it's like your masterpiece, Snake Eyes. Alexis had mentioned that one earlier. And
there was some
the thing with Kirkland
connections, with Charlie Kirk as well.
Yeah, he had. We broke that down earlier in the beginning of the stream. Alexis had mentioned that Atlas Shrugged, excellent book, and also the other book Ayn Rand wrote, Fountainhead. Fountainhead was another one.
They should do a BioShock movie.
A what?
Have you ever played BioShock? It's very much inspired by Atlas Shrugged.
A movie?
Yeah, or if it's the game is inspired by the Atlas Shrugged book.
Oh,
but
wow!
If they did, they should have did a movie, but it's a bit late. It's like 20 years a bit late.
Yeah.
You've got mail.
Wow. I remember another quote, a good quote was from The Matrix when he said that most of these people aren't ready to be unplugged. They'll defend the same system we're trying to like save them from. The Matrix had some really good quotes, like really, really deep stuff. When he said, so you're saying I won't have I'll know how to dodge bullets. And he goes, when the times is ready or something, you won't have to, or something like that. The Matrix had some deep stuff. The first one. The other ones did too, but I don't really remember them off the hand.
Got a couple of them from the Dark Knight movie in terms of like good lines. There's a part where he's saying that madness is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
That's a good one, man.
Some good lines, yeah. He had another one too, like where he's talking to Batman, where he's being interrogated. And he's telling him he's like trying to do something right in the world of good. He's like good. He's like when the chips are down, these civilized people, he's like they'll eat each other.
Yep, the Joker had some really good quotes, man.
Shout out to Heath Ledger, man.
Yeah, he really, man. Shout out to him, man. He just excellent. the quotes. Yeah,
I
he.
thought the one with Joaquin Phoenix was pretty black pilled. The first one,
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
first
the
one.
mental
Yeah,
illness.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed the second one because I got spoiled by the ending or something. It kind of put me off
I
watching
didn't care
this.
for the second one either, to be
Yeah,
honest with you. They just commercialized it completely. But the first one was excellent.
a lot of people hated Jared Leto's Joker. I kind of like some qualities about it, like the aesthetic. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
the second Joker.
Oh no, Jared Leto's performance
Oh.
was a bit. I don't know. Like I liked his aesthetics a little, but lots of people hated him as the Joker.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm surprised we forgot 1984, man. I think, that was
Yeah, classic.
yeah, Medi, man. You
Mhm.
thank you for that, Medi. It just and Brave New World, Brave New World. Terminator, yeah. Terminator is definitely responsive curve. Good to see you, bro. Um, that Terminator with Skynet, yeah. The 13th floor, yeah. I think somebody, I don't know if they mentioned that earlier. I think, but that is a good one. Jones Plantation with by Larkin Rose. That's excellent. The because the book he wrote, the most dangerous superstition about
I have
the
to get that book.
yeah, the fictional reality. He's got a good YouTube page actually, if you ever check it. Larkin Rose.
Cool. Yeah.
Does videos like almost every day. He's really good. I wish they would make the third policeman into a movie. They've tried forever and it for some reason never hits production. Oh, I didn't know. Wow. Yeah, I mean, and the Terminator actually's got some pretty good lines in it too. The first one, it's there's a line where he's trying to explain to her in the car where they're hiding, and he goes, "Look, it breathes. It's got everything." And she goes, "She's not stupid." She goes, "They don't have robots like that." And he goes, "Yeah, not for about another 40 years." And
Mm.
40 years from 1984 is 2024. So it's like you look at that and you start to be like, "Whoa." This is yeah, it really makes you wonder, man.
Doesn't Soylent Green too takes place in 2022?
Yes. Yep. 50 years in the future. It was released in 73 and it takes place in 2022. Yep. Logan's Run. That's another that's straight BP movie. Straight BP. Yeah, Logan's Run. Once you hit 30, the crystal, you hit the wall, boom, you got to go in for regeneration. And they end you. And yeah, Logan's Run is the Island of Dr. Moreau. That's another one too. The same actor, Simon McCorkindale from the 70s. Excellent actor, man. Logan's Run, Island of Dr. Moreau, Soylent Green, The Omega Man, Planet of the Apes, another one. Excellent.
What about Terminator? What was it? Because we have the Starlink going on now, but they had something else. They called it something else in Terminator. Some global communication system that
Oh,
AI
Skynet?
used. Skynet. Yeah,
Yeah.
now we have Starlink. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Skynet. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Skynet. Yeah.
but we have Starlink in real life now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everybody's that seems to be the new thing. Everybody's joined that.
Man, the zombies, it's like, I don't even know. Like, it's like you already see. It's like there's not much, we're basically survivors in the zombie apocalypse of the mentally. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, it's great. It's more like a top 50 or a top 100 that are, with the movies to recommend.
I haven't seen this movie in a while, but Ray Liotta was it? It's got two different titles for different regions of the world.
Escape from Absalom, 1994. Okay, yeah, I see it here. Ray Liotta, Lance Henriksen, Stuart Wilson. Wow. I didn't know about this one. I think, yeah, it's called No Escape too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, No Escape. Strange Days was actually a good one. You're right.
I have to rewatch that. I had some good memories of that movie.
Yeah, that one. Mad Max 2. Yep. Yeah.
Escape from New York. Made me think of that one.
And LA 2, the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Escape from LA.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a good one. Mad Max 2, I think, was called The Road Warrior. I think
What about Contagion?
the gauging.
No, Contagion
Contagion.
with the C with Lawrence
Oh yeah,
Fishburne
yeah,
and Matt
yeah. Somebody
uh,
had mentioned it earlier. Yeah, Contagion. It was in the 2000s, right? Like 2013.
2013, and it was pretty
Yeah.
damn accurate to what happened in
Oh yeah,
2020.
yeah. I couldn't believe. I mean, the stuff they said in that movie. That's with John Cusack, I think, right?
No, no,
Yeah,
Matt Damon,
Damon.
and Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh yes, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
2013 had a couple movies like that Her movie, Joaquin Phoenix, where
Yeah,
he falls
Matt.
in love with a computer.
Oh, Her, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was actually a good one. That was actually. I have to admit, Ex Machina was a really good movie, man. That movie is. I really liked the way they had did that movie. It didn't. I mean, yeah, it did have some special effects, but it was it was a good movie.
the
Um,
message, like the foreshadowing behind it, it's really,
yes, yeah,
really key.
yeah. Her too. Her. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That movie. Yeah, we see the futuristic type of thing. You know.
Snowpiercer. If you guys ever heard of that one,
Oh
Never
yes,
heard of
I've
that.
heard of that one, man. Snowpiercer was actually it's a pretty deep film. Yeah, Snow. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw clips of it. Yeah, Snow, and I've heard people were telling me. Uh, I think the movie I'm thinking of John Cusack. Cusack. I think it was like what was it? Utopia, I think it is. I think that was the movie. John Cusack. Let me see if that's it. Utopia. No, that's a film series. Is it? Because it deals with something just like the pan, the thing where he creates something. Um, if that was it.
What about 13 Monkeys with Bruce Willis? Because
Yeah.
they had a Contagion there too.
Oh yeah, they put that. Yeah, they put that in there. Yeah,
Oh, they did. Okay.
yeah. They had mentioned 13 Monkeys. Um, a lot from a while back. The Day the Earth Stood Still was actually pretty good. The original and the one with Keanu Reeves. The Thing was, the Thing says a lot, man. That movie does say a lot. The Thing. That
I'd
was
mentioned Twilight Zone, but they're more TV episodes. Some of
Twilight
them are
Zone is
really well
excellent.
done.
Yeah, Twilight Zone is excellent, man. For certain episodes, To Serve Man, um, be the Eye of the Beholder. Powder's an excellent movie, man. Chain Reaction, that's another one. Yep, with
Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman, I think.
yeah, and Rachel Weisz, I think was
Mhm.
Armageddon. That was another one. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, those were good ones. Yeah, they definitely. It's amazing how many good ones, but yeah, definitely like a top 20. Uh, Yeah, I could see it's I tell you, some of them get knocked out of the top 10, top 20. Matter of fact, I might have to put a community post and
I
let it.
couldn't do more less than 200. I got too many favorite films.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely, I mean, it really I got a lot of good ones. I would say a good top 20, but then like if I were to rate them and say, okay, these right here would be the top 20 recommended for sure. It would be Snowpiercer, Gaia, good to see you. Snowpiercer, both the series and film are
One.
amazing. I recently found a large book coming out that has similar vibes, albeit more complex. Ice by Jacques Ducage. Netflix keeps adapting his foreign books. Wow. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know it had a book. Powder is a really good movie. Mehdi, thanks for. I mean, that's a that's a unknown classic. It really is. If anybody hasn't seen that,
I have to rewatch it. I remember watching it when I was really young, but yeah, it's been
yeah,
a while.
I mean, it had a lot to do with. I mean, that was a very feeling movie. I have to admit, Powder was a good. I mean, Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead, it's like that's got some gems in it, man. Night of the Living Dead as well, but Dawn of the Dead was an amazing movie. Like how they mocked, the shoppers in the mall, and they held up in there. It's got some really good lines in it when he said, "Oh, they're coming to try to get them in the mall," and he goes, "No," he goes, "It seems like they have a memory of this place." And that's why they would come. And then the zombies in the mall were actually putting on like costume jewelry and stuff. And bikers had gone into the mall, and I think they started like snatching it off of the zombies. And then some of them got,
That was
zombie.
my favorite one. I love that one, that version of Dawn of the Dead, the one you're
Oh yeah,
mentioning. Yeah,
yeah.
back in the 80s. I thought that
Yep.
was the best.
That was an excellent movie, Dawn of the Dead. Actually, yeah, that time I think Dawn of the Dead was the 70s. I think actually the
Was it
late
the 70s? I thought it was early 80s, but
Dawn of
because I
the
know
Dead.
they made one in the 70s too. They made one in the 70s too.
78. Yeah, that was the good one. Yeah, that was a really good one. 78. And Tom Savini, because he was a very big fan of George Romero. Yeah, yeah, Dawn of the Dead was really, yeah, that one from 78 I would think is probably the best. And yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, of course, we had mentioned that. Omega Man, yeah, Omega Man I have in the thumbnail actually. I Am Legend was based, yeah, loosely off of that. Yeah, I had showed that this was one of the people that turned
Classic, yeah.
on
It's
the
like so metaphorical, that movie. Like
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
you can
movie, Omega
interpret
Man,
it.
Matrix, Soylent Green. Soylent Green, Omega Man, and Planet of the Apes, man. Those are three excellent movies with Heston back then. And Gattaca, of course, and the Matrix. It just yeah. Yeah, those are really,
Look
really
up Planet of the Apes,
Planet of the
1978,
Apes.
I think it was.
Yeah, that actually, I mean, it had some really good lines
Kind
in
of,
it. Yeah.
yeah. And the Time Machine, the original.
Oh
The new
yeah.
one had some interesting
Wow. Yes.
bits in there.
The one with the Eloy. Yeah, that one was really good when people Morlocks and the Eloy. Yeah, that movie.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
metaphorical.
I know they mentioned 2001: A Space Odyssey. I had saw it earlier, but that was so black pill because that was made in the 60s and it was already referencing AI. But
Yeah,
to reference that,
another great Stanley Kubrick
yeah.
film.
I mean, to reference AI that early on, that's pretty amazing the way he did it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Soylent Green was based off a book called Make Room, Make Room. And they adapted it to make Soylent Green. If you ever look up the YouTube has like a thing on it, is people they got the company that wants to sell clone meat. Oh my goodness, this is like the stuff that, I mean, zombies will eat anything, and I mean if it's marketed to them, it really makes you wonder, how far people will go. I mean, right now they have people that would probably do that. I mean, who knows what falls in the food supply? I think Soylent Green is actually like letting us know what's up from back then, But yeah, I figured quotes too, from some of these movies. The quotes really, watching the movie is great, but just certain quotes from them just really says a lot. Like they had one movie, it's not really on the list. I forgot the name of it, but the guy says in it that if you act before you choose, the choice makes you. But if you think before you act, you make the choice. Kind of like something in that to that avail. And it's so true. It's like you have to think first and then you make the choice. But if you don't, then the choice makes you. So it kind of yeah, I think there is a thing where they passed on the cloned stuff in the supermarket. I got to look up the study. In my opinion, just to stay within the thing. Yeah, yeah. If you got any good suggestions, Mr. X, or any thoughts on any of the movies that was mentioned, or any of the ones that we talked.
Yeah. Now, Soylent Green, it was human body parts, right? That's what they were eating.
Yeah, I think
in
it
that
was the
movie.
body. Like they would take the body, recycle it, and make
Yeah,
crackers. Yeah. Uh, night.
this anime was quite informative for me because before I watched it when I was younger, I didn't really know about that there were psychopaths on Earth, so it
Uh-huh.
kind of, it's quite, yeah.
Oh wow, wow, that's deep.
The protagonist is a doctor, and he gets persecuted by this crazy guy. It's really full on,
Hmm. Hmm.
but it's
Wow.
a really long series. It's a good watch, Eric. Yeah, 74 episodes. I think Guatemala del Toro was going to make an adaptation of it, but then it fell through or something.
Hmm. Wow. Wow. I haven't heard of that series. That I haven't watched a lot of anime, but this one, yeah, I'll
Oh, Philip
definitely.
K. Dick classic.
I'll def-
Exegesis. He actually predicted his own death in the Exegesis.
wow. Wow. I gotta check some of those. Everybody tells me
It's a
scribe it.
massive, rare book about his letters to his fans and analysis of his books.
Yeah.
Mm. What about Total Recall? Do you think that, like,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
predicting what's
Yeah,
going to happen in the
classic.
future?
Total Recall is a good one, man. That is
Yeah.
that's got some really good lines in it. Like I had mentioned it earlier, like when the cab driver turned on him, it shows
Hmm.
us that you got to be careful who you trust, just like in the Matrix, Cypher turned on them as well. Um
Yeah. And they had
uh
driverless cars too in that movie, I
yep,
believe.
yep,
Yeah.
what was it, the Jimmy cab or
The
the
Jimmy cab. Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Something cab. Yeah. And it
Yeah,
blew
something
up.
cab. Yeah, Jerry
But you could
cab.
go into another world and be another person in this virtual world. And now
Yep,
look at us. We're heading into virtual
exactly.
reality.
Yeah. The Running Man is an OG classic. Yes. I read the book and saw the movie. The Running Man was really good. And Gaia says if you want to go deep, yeah, you're right.
Valis is really changed my life. I read it during a turmoil in my life, and it helped a lot.
Mhm,
It's very symbolic and very meaningful book, Valis, the first one. I
mhm.
think it was no, it's the second one in the trilogy. I forget now.
Philip
But it
K.
was a
Dick,
posthumous book.
he's got some deep stuff, Philip K. Dick. Yeah, he really does. There's some videos of him on YouTube. The Running Man was a pretty good movie. It was what was a really good thing, a premise in it was the fact of how they showed how the news will change the entire story.
Yes.
That was one of the really good things in The Running Man. And Total Recall, I mean, what we mentioned earlier when we were talking about that was it's kind of like Truman Show, like the fact that his wife, the guy that watched him at work, everybody was part of the plan to make sure he didn't wake up. Not everybody, but the people that was close to him. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
When he was, they're like, hey, don't go to recall, just don't let him mess with your mind, this and that, and Total Recall. So it had some pretty good stuff. And then his friend that gave him the suitcase, he goes, hey, if you told me if you ever disappear here, I'm here it is, and that's it. The friend that left him the suitcase. And
Right.
then that's when he told him, look, you got to get they got an implant in your head. Total Recall has a lot of good stuff in it because who knows? We might all, have something in us that we don't even know, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder, man. Little Shop of Horrors creating hybrid plants that turn into monsters. I never saw that, but I did see clips from it. Wow. I didn't know that was the whole premise. I
Same
did
here.
remember. Did you ever see that one, Little Shop of Horrors? I didn't know.
No, I saw a clip, just like you said. I saw clips. I
Yeah,
never saw the whole thing. It's like, I
yeah,
know it was an 80s movie, but I just never really saw it.
yeah. I thought it was like late 70s, Little Shop of Horrors. 1986, you're right. Wow. Little Shop of Horrors, man. New York City. guess they had a Broadway play. Wow, turning plants into high. You know that says a lot, man. It's with all these other movies being prophetic in some way, it makes you you know they say one of the quotes, famous lines is "Feed me." Audrey demands, "Feed me." Seymour is desperate not to you. A nice place with a fence. A description of her abusive dentist Orange, such as he's a real sadist, but he's got a great car. Yeah, definitely I gotta check some of Little Shop out. Yeah, this was a lot of good recommendations, man. A lot of really good Fords in the Flesh. Good to see you, man. The Mind. Always a pleasure, brother. Always a pleasure. Yeah, with the Little Shop. Yeah.
And in Total Recall, they did have an obsession with Mars, and then look what happened now. That's all we
Yeah.
talk about now is NASA going to Mars.
Yeah, that. Well, iRobot, I think in the book, Elon was the guy that was supposed to colonize Mars or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in one of the books, I don't know if it was iRobot, but it was
Elon, really?
yeah, the guy's name was Elon.
And Elon Musk. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
it was in one of the Isaac, because Isaac Asimov had wrote that, but I don't know. I might have been Martian Chronicles, or I'm not really
Mhm.
sure, but it was definitely the character was Elon.
That show if that's true, that I mean, I'm not doubting it, but that shows you it's all planned out. This whole thing. I mean, come on, we got Elon Musk now with SpaceX.
Or he's just Elon is a character colonizing. It's not given in Isaac Asimov's book. I think it was Isaac Asimov's, or it might have been Foundation Books. It could have been Aldous Huxley. In what book? All right, in what book? In what book?
Someone mentioned Apocalypse Now. I'd add The Killing Fields. That was
Yeah,
really full on. Yeah.
yeah. That's another really good one.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was a good one.
Yeah,
Real good
that's
movie.
a
I
good
think they
one.
showed a little kid almost killing an adult. They were so brainwashed by it. Right? Am I thinking of the same movie?
Mhm.
Yeah. My parents fled Europe under communism. And yeah, so it was kind of like learning more about that stuff. And yeah, and then democracy came to Europe, and we could visit our family again. It's quite good to see. Yeah,
Mm,
that's
Wow.
the early 90s, though,
yeah.
when democracy came, the Velvet Revolution in Czech and Slovak Republic.
Before that, it was under communist control, under the Russian Soviet
Yeah.
system. Yeah.
I think my parents were blacklisted, so they technically can't go back until the curtain fell.
Mm.
I'm just trying to find out what character Elon. I used to have the name in the book.
I wonder if he picked that name, if he changed his name to Elon, because he is like a tech, the head of like a huge tech firm. So
or
Sounds like a fake name, to be honest with you. Elon Musk. I don't know. There's something wrong.
yeah, I wouldn't name my son Elon, but
I know.
yeah, unless I knew he was going to be head of Tesla or something. I don't know.
yeah, that's
The
like
whole thing's a bit weird.
yeah, very very odd. Very odd. It's like it makes you wonder. A lot of stuff we already see is kind of staged. It just
That's right.
yeah, it really makes you wonder, man. It just This was, I mean, people really, I appreciate the addition of all the stuff that they put in the chat. And I mean, it's good because we can go over it. People can look and see, oh, this has some great recommendations. I might put a community post up so people can list it on the community post, their top 10 or top 20, or list as many as they want actually in the comment section. And you know, I'll put a couple in. I think we can put up to 4 for people to vote on. And then if it's not in the top 4, to say, hey, just please mention in the comment what you would think would be in the top 4 or 5, you know, to vote on which one would be the best. Yeah. So I'll probably do that. And yeah, man, you know, this was actually pretty good, man. I appreciate you guys coming on. Everybody in the chat, man, thank you so much, man. This was great. It's about 12:30 at night here, 12:25. I know
My
Mr.
time zones and everything. So, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's a
Thank you.
great stream. Great stream.
great chat and stream. Thanks.
Definitely, man. Thank you, both of you. Vigilance for coming on, Jamal Green, everybody, man. This was great. You guys take care and have a good night.
Have a good
All
night,
the
everyone.
best. God bless.